Hi guys, Steffi here and welcome back to my channel. Today I've actually got a tutorial for you. I know it's been a while since my last one, just been really crazy busy and I've spent all day getting this ready for you because I've done a lot of the prep work. So I also haven't got a prototype to show you, but I will make sure that in the thumbnail you can see a picture of the finished project. So today we're going to make an 8x8 mini album. It's going to be like a flip one. I think I worked out it'll hold about 50 4x6 photos, which is quite a bit. So I'm hoping it turns out okay. So the paper pad I'm using for this project is this one here. And this is the Disney Mickey Family Speciality paper. And I love this. I've been hoarding this paper for so long. I didn't want to come into it, but I have done. I've bit the bullet and I've thought, right, I'm going to do it. This one is a 24 sheet paper pad, and I have cut into 14 sheets of this to do this album. So I've got 10 sheets left, but then I've also got all of these scraps here as well, so they'll come in handy for another project. So that's the paper we're using today. So what you're going to need is 2 pieces of 8x8 chipboard and a piece that is 8x1 for the spine. I've went ahead and I've put double-sided tape on all of this as well, just to keep it as short as I can for you. Then what I've used is I'm using A4 black card that measures 10 by 8.25, and I've cut 3 of those, and I'm just going to attach those like that. So you want double-sided tape just down the very edge of 2 of them, and then this middle piece will just sit on top like that. Then what I've also done, I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, I don't know if I can get it in shot. I've scored a very faint line at the bottom of all of them. On the long side, just 1 inch. It just gives you, helps you put your chipboard on straight basically. So that's why I do that. So we'll go ahead and we'll take off this double-sided tape and get these pieces of card put together. This will be too long, so I will have to end up cutting some off, but I'd rather have it too much than too little. So just line that up like that, just basically covering that double-sided tape there. Okay, so that's the first one done. Move this one over and we will add this one. Sorry for the noise in the background, my wash is spinning and my cat's decided to make a lot of noise as well. One of them anyway. So again, you just line this up, top and bottom, just going straight over that double-sided tape, and then this is now ready for us to pop on our chipboard. So I always use a mixture of double-sided tape and glue, wet glue. This one is one of my new favourites at the moment. I got this from the range a while ago. I think it was £2.99. I am just safe finishing the end of this one, and I've used this to do 2 albums and the prep work on this as well, so it is really good and it lasts ages. So you obviously just take off your double-sided tape, nearly done. Just get rid of this rubbish. Right, and then what you want to do, if you want to, on this side you can do a faint line, 1 inch, but I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm just going to line it up with the bottom. Make sure it's really faint and I can just see it. So I'll just put maybe about there, and then just lay that down. Oh, and in my haste to put it down, I forgot to put some wet glue on as well, but it'll be okay. One second while I find my bone folder. Just like to push that down, make sure it's nice and stuck. So that's your first piece on now, ready. Then what you want to do is you want to do the same with your spine, and you want to leave a little gap in between, obviously to give it room to bend. So I'll just get this off here. I'll put a bit of glue on as well. The best thing about adding glue as well as your double-sided tape is that gives you a bit wiggle room as well, so it gives you that little bit extra time to get stuff sat in place. Right, so what some people do, they could get a spare piece of the chipboard and they line it up like this, just so you know you're getting about the right gap. I don't normally do this, I normally just eyeball it. Just pop that down there, make sure it's nice and straight. Oh. There we go, and then just press down with your bone folder. You could flip it over and do it again from the back, but I'm just going to get straight on and attach this last piece. I should have had all this tape took off ready for you, shouldn't I really? Like I said, I've gone ahead and done a lot of prep work today because I wanted to try and get one out to you, and I didn't want to, you know, be taking forever, because I do feel as if it's been a long time since I've done a tutorial. I think the last one was me washi tape holder. It's just going away in a few weeks and just trying to get everything finished for that, trying to get stuff while I'm at work as well. You know, it's just a nightmare. Ow. Don't put yourself with a 42, that hurts. So I'm going to put this rubbish in the bin. And I'll put a bit more glue on here as well. It doesn't have to be loads, just a little bit, just to give it that little. Make sure it sticks down nicely. So then again, you want to leave about the same gap as what you did here. And again, I'm just using that line at the bottom to make sure I'm getting it straight. I think that's about okay. So you can see, obviously I have got a lot spare here. But I'd rather have too much than have too little. So I'm just going to flip that over and just run over it with my bone folder on that side as well, so it's nice and secured. And then I will just bring in my paper trimmer so I can trim off the excess. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line this up so my chipboard is about at the inch mark, and just going to cut that off so that bit can go in my scrap pile. Okay. Right, so the next thing I'm going to do is just go around all of these with my bone folder, just to do a little bit of scoring so it's easier for us to fold. And then for those who have seen me doing these sort of videos before, I just like to bend that over, just show it where it, so the card gets used to where it's going. Do that on all of the sides. It's just easy when we come to pour it over. And then just like that, just pull it round. Then use your bone folder and just score down here to tell the paper who's boss, basically. So I'm just going to do the same on the bottom. Excuse me. Right, so I've done that already. So now what I'm going to do is just use some double-sided tape, and I'm going to go around the outside of the card all the way around, and then again on the chipboard. So I'll pause the video while I do that, and I'll be right back. Right, that's all done. So obviously, like I said, you just pop it all the way around like that. Next, you want to take your scissors and you want to cut off the corners basically. And you want to leave maybe an 1/8 of an inch. It's a little bit more, but that might be okay. It's just basically so it makes it nice and neat when we come to fold it round. You just want to do that on all 4 sides. And then the last one, just like that. So just get rid of this rubbish. Next one we're going to do is we're going to put this round, okay? So I always start with the long sides first. So just take off your release paper of your double-sided tape. Obviously, if you can. You're not having problems right now. And then this one off the chipboard also. Push that down. And then also, just to make sure it's not going to curl over, I always like to put some wet glue on here as well. I just feel as if it strengthens it. Gives it that little bit extra. Right, so you want to start from the middle and just pull it over like this. And then just continue doing that. Go all the way down one side. That's on there, and then over on this side too. Put it all over. Might need to use your bone folder just to get that to stick. Must put quite a bit of glue on that side. It's okay. Just run your bone folder over. Make sure it's nice and flat. And then we're going to do the same on the opposite side. Again, get your pokey tool. I always do the 2 long sides first. I feel as if it's just so much easier. Again, put a little bit of glue on. And then start it from the middle and just pull that over just like that. Go this way first this time. Not that it makes any difference. And then come in with your bone folder and just make sure that that's nice and secure. Pop down as well. Then what you want to do is you want to effectively tuck these corners in here. So I just use my bone folder and I just tuck it in like that. So then you see when you turn that over, your corners are going to be nice and neat. You could just use your nails if you've got nails. Yeah, and then you just want to do the same on that side as well. Might as well do these sides so these are ready. Push that in like that. So then what you're going to do, because you've got those popped there tucked in, you're just going to basically do the same with these two as what we've just done with them 2 sides there. So I'll start at this side. Take off your release paper and then a little bit of glue, or as much glue as you want really. Again, go up from the middle and just pull that over. Tell the paper just like where you want it to go. Don't be scared. And then just flatten that down. And then as you can see, because we took those corners in, you've got some nice clean corners there. So last side. Let's get these off. And this one. again, start from the middle and just pull that over. Obviously, if you've already seen some of me album videos before, you can just skip completely past this part if you wish. Right, so that's that bit done. I'm just going to use my bone folder just to score those lines in there. And what else I like to do is I just like to get the side of my bone folder and just go along like that. It helps the card remember where it's going, and yeah, it's a little tip I picked up from, I think it was Helen Griffin. Oh, sorry. But yeah, I always like to do this now. Right, so the next piece we need, in a second while I find it, is we've got a piece here for the spine. And this is just a plain piece of black card, same as what I've covered it with. And this measures 7 3/4 by 4.5. I'm just going to try and line down pretty central and leave them maybe as an 1/8 top and bottom. Just going to attach this with some glue. Not too much glue will be okay. It's better we have too much than too little. So I'm just gonna trying to get me head in camera, and then just press that down. Go on with your bone folder, make sure it's nice and secure. I'll probably wait for it to dry as well before we try and train our album to go the way we want to, because you don't want this bit coming up, which is what sometimes can happen. Right, so next what I've decided to do on this one is I've decided to add like a page coming in. So then when you open the page, you're going to have your waterfall on these bits, but there's also going to be a page as well. So these I have already went ahead and decorated. So this is the first one, and the black card needs to measure 8.5 by 7.5. And then on the long side, you want to score it at 1/2 inch and 1 inch. And then just put some double-sided sticky tape on here, because that is going to sit just like that. Okay, so I've got this gorgeous Mickey paper on the front, and then on the back I've got some daisy. So we'll just turn this around so I can see it a bit better. We're going to tip off the double-sided tape. So you will need 2 of these. And I forgot to mention, this paper, the mat, measures 7.25 by 7.25. Put that on there. And then just want to line it up with the edge here. Okay. So I'll just fold that flat. And then you want to make sure it's even top and bottom. Sorry, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. I'm trying to make sure that you can see everything. Don't worry about the glue squeezing out. Just right now you probably a bit too much on. Fold it, and then just press that down into place just like that. Okay, what I should have maybe done is mitered these corners in as well, but hopefully I don't think you'll be able to see them once I've got the paper on. So that's one page done like that. We're going to do the opposite page, which I also have prepped, and this one I've gone for that beautiful image of Minnie there, and on the reverse I've got this beautiful Donald Duck paper. Oh, excuse me. Oh, didn't mean to do that. And then just put a little line of glue. And like that. Just want to turn this over so I can see what I'm doing. I'm taking the right out shot on that. And again, just line it up so there's about an even gap. top and bottom. That's okay. What you can do is you can open that up and make sure that score lines are quite near the edge there, and then just press that down into place. Wow, I've been going, didn't realise I've been on that long, 20 minutes already. God, I'm so sorry. Right, let's try and speed things up a little bit. Right, so they're done. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to find those lines where the joins were for the spine, and just go ahead like this and just do it gently until it comes up to 90 degrees. You don't want to do it too hard because there's a risk you could crack your paper. So when it's shut, it's going to sit like that. We've got no cracking on the back there, which is amazing. So next, what we're going to do is I'm going to cover this here, and all I'm using for this is some more of this paper here out of the paper pad, and these measure 7 3/4 by 7 3/4. I've also picked out ones for the front and the back, so I'll just pause the video while I do that, and then it's not going to be on forever. Right guys, so that's all done. Put down those papers here, and what else I've done is I've done all of this side, so I can show you what it is that we're going to be doing, and then we'll do this side, okay? So on this one, this little booklet, it's held shut with a magnet. This is a piece of black card that measures 9 inches by 6.5, then score on the long side at 4.5. Your mats is 6 1/4 by 4 1/4, and you'll need 3. And before you stick the paper down, you want to pop a magnet on here, and then just find the other one. I've actually put it on the back so it's underneath here, and that's just how that happens. That looked really cool. This bit I did make a bit of a mistake. I meant to put some ribbon underneath it, but obviously I had to do this instead. I try and save it. So this is held together with a magnet, and then I just need to cover that bit. We've got a little waterfall here. I can put some portrait photos. It isn't the best there. And then here we've got another flip there as well. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to start with this one. Okay. So I always like to do a base for my waterfalls, just out of plain black card, like plain card, because I feel it gives me somewhere I can measure up to and line stuff up. So this piece is 7 1/4 by 6.5. So I just want to stick that down. I'm just going to line it up quite centrally. Just do by eye and just see what I gauge it, and then just press that down. I'm just going to turn it upside down because I work from this end up here. So then what you want is, I've done some flips for the waterfall. I've already been ahead and decorated these. Now these pieces of card measure 5 by 6.5. You want to score it at 1/2 inch on the short side, and then these photo mats are again 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, actually they're the wrong ones. I'm not doing very well, am I? The girl, the boy. Right, here they are. The other one is for what I'm going to do on here. So again, you've just got your sticky strip on there. I'll do the first 2 with yous, and because once you've seen us do it a couple of times, it'll be, you know, it's just basically the same. So we'll do the first 2. So just take off your double-sided sticky tape, and then just put a tiny little bit of glue on there as well, just to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. And I've just done the same. Let's see if we can quickly. got to put the ribbon underneath. Don't worry, it looks like a royal mess, but we can save it. This is how you save it. Just peel it back up before it's dry. I'm just going to stick some lace down here and I'll be right back. Right, there we go. Just quickly peel that back up, pop my ribbon underneath and then just stuck it back down. I'm always forgetting to do stuff like that. Now what you want to do is just fold this over and you just want to line it up with the top of here so it's flush. Make sure you've got it going the right way. And then just line this up. Make sure it's flush at the sides as well. And then you just want to push that down. That is basically all we're doing with this. It doesn't matter if any of the glue seeps out because it will dry clear. And we're going to be putting another piece there anyway. So then you come in with your next piece. You just take off the double-sided sticky tape. Put it over there like that, just a little bit. Then what you want to do, this bit here, I don't know if you can see. I'll lift it up so you can see before I tell you what I'm doing. This little bit here where that card ends, you want to butt your other one up to there, okay? So again, you just fold that over when as you're doing it, just making sure it's short. And then you just want to press that down and just line it up in place. Make sure it's nice and straight. You can tell it matches at the sides here. And then just do it like that. I've got so much glue everywhere. But you can tell I haven't done a tutorial for a while, guys, can't you? I'm all over the place today. Right, so that is basically how we're going to do that with the other ones. And there's 5 flaps in total for this one here. And then what we're also going to do is we're also going to do a waterfall on this side as well. So the base for that one is 6.5 by 6.5, and we're just going to adhere that on like that. And then once I find them, I've done some more flips, and these all measure the same. I think there's a total of 6, 12. There's a total of 24 this size in total. The booklets do take the same mats as well. And we're just going to attach them the same, but this time at the side, okay? So I'm going to get that done and then I'll come back once I'm done. Right, so that's all done. I've done all of the flips. You have 6 on here. And all of these can hold a 4x6 photo, and again on the back. And then I've just attached this beautiful black crochet trim as the closure, so I can just tie this one up. It'll just be sort of, just do it rough for the time being. You know what I'm like with bows. I've never made so many mistakes in that album in a long time. Right, so this one on the other side of that page, I've went ahead and put the flaps on, and I've adhered the magnet to the back as well. So this one has 5, that will hold the portrait photos. So what I'm going to do is, I got this, because obviously I wasn't meant to do this, I was supposed to do the thread with the ribbon with them all. So this piece of card measures 6 1/4 by 1 3/4, and you just want to score it at 1/2 inch at the end, and then the paper just needs to be 1/4 inch shorter on both sides. I've just popped some double-sided tape here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, I just need to see where it lines up. Right, so I've attached the magnet. Sorry, I'll just move this over a bit so you can see. So the magnet's found itself there, so I'm just going to tuck that underneath and just push that down. That's how I've attached that. And just make sure it's nice and secure. take that off and then just put that down. I will probably cover this one to hide that little join, and I'll cover the back as well because I put the magnet on the wrong side. But that is our 2 waterfalls done. Our portrait, two landscapes, and then the other portrait. Then last piece I've got to do is just pop on one of these little flip books. So this is all it is, and like I said, I put a magnet on the back and I put a magnet in here as well. So this measures 9 by 6.5, and then just score it 4.5. Your papers, I think I've said the sizes before, they are 4.25 by 6.25. And that I'm just going to sit on there and just glue that on, okay. I feel as if this tutorial's been a bit of a car crash, so I'm really sorry for that, guys. You know, I don't know what's happened with me. Head's just been not in the game today. I've made so many mistakes. That's why I've had to pause the video quite a few times. But I'm loving how it's turned out. Like, I can't fault how it's looking. So I'm just going to put that down like that, and then I'll just open it up and then just press down. Maybe shouldn't use that red paper on here, but I didn't think about that. Still looks good. As you can hear, it's all textured as well, this one. So that, I'll show you what I've done to the front. I don't know exactly how I'm going to be decorating this yet, so I might just leave it for the time being. I just don't know what I'm doing. So before I put this on, I meant to tell you I've used some black ribbon here, and I just stuck some down with a bit double-sided tape, just so I can tie that, and I've done on the back as well. So I used that beautiful, it's all textured paper, this one. I love it. Oops, I haven't decorated the spine, but I can do that off camera as well. And I've got that beautiful stripe on the back. So obviously when you open it, you've got your 2 pages here, and they just flip out to pop photos in, just like that. And then you open this one, you have your magnetic closure here, and then you've got your 4.5 by 6.5 flips there. And like I said, I've done this so it can hold 4 by 6 photos with no need to cut them down if you don't want to. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So if you put them either side, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 23, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51. About 52 photos in here, and I think that's really, really good. Obviously we've got the little boy themed there as well. And then what you do is you just tie this up